Good day and welcome to another week at the plot. And finally I'm going to be doing Jostaberry cuttings. I was hoping to do them before the leaf had broken, but that's not going to happen. And I'm going to be taking the sort of younger wood because that's going to be better and more easily propagatable. This, if we come over here, you see this one's at a really odd angle if I go straight up. So I'm going to leave this one, but then this one here goes along here, along there, and up there. So it completely crosses the bed. So in order to tidy it up, I'm going to take that whole branch out and do cuttings from it. Take these longer ones down, new growth here down, the same here. I'll most probably end up with about 16 cuttings, something like that. We've got a bit of crossing wood here, look down there. So yeah, there's quite a bit of material to work with. And what it will also do is tidy these up, because if I come down here you can see they're sort of a bit of a odd angle, quite a few of those. And this one, as I say, going right up there. So this is a perfect size for cuttings. It's about maybe 15, 18 centimeters, something like that. So I'll be rooting it from here, cutting it off here, rooting it, taking these that have broken bud off, and just leave these 3 at the top most probably. And I'll be able to do it on that one there, this one here, this one here, this one as well. It's not rocket science and is good fun. Let me just go to the bench. Let me cut these off and then go to the bench. I'll prepare the bench first, because that's what you want. You want everything prepared before you start taking your wood that you're going to use for cuttings off the plant. I've got 4 pots of multi-purpose compost that I filled to the top. Now just going to tamp each of them down a bit, compressing the compost. That'll do. And then with a pencil, if you've got a dibber, fine. I'm just going down about maybe, what's that, 6 centimeters? Not going right to the bottom. About a 6 centimeter hole in each corner. Down against the plastic, the side of the pot. If you've got terracotta, obviously that's perfect. So those are my 4 prepared pots. Let me go and take the cuttings now. I'm going to take this whole branch off and leave this upright here. Immediately tidying things up. Let's get back to the bench. So this is the single branch I've cut off, and these branches, this growth coming off the main branch is really excellent. It's quite silvery, which is good, quite young growth. And I'm going to cut them here, right back where the growth coming off meets the branch. That's a longer one. Now I'm just going to take this tip off as well. I'm going to take 2 get 2 out of that. 1 there, 1 there. Right, that one's a little bit long, that's about 30 centimeters. I'm going to take it back to, that's about 20, a bit longer than usual. This one you can see bends a bit. I'm going to take that back to there, and that will give us 2. There's a little one, another little one. Those are only about 12 centimeters. That one's perfect, as is that one. This one I'm going to cut back to here. This one cut back to here. So how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rooting powder. I'm just rubbing that bit of growth off, that bit, dipping in, press. This isn't going right to the base. Rub that growth off there, dip in, down, not quite to the base, and push in. Because we just cut these, they're nice and fresh. You don't want this area to have dried. If I did it that way, maybe I'll hit it less. Taking the growth off down here. Take that one off as well. These are smaller ones. Growth off, off. Take that one off as well. So that gives us 8, 9. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. So I'm going to take those from the other plants. So I've ended up with 6 pots of 4 cuttings each. And let's see how many of those root. I think a good many will. I've been given this piece of horseradish, frilly at the top, root at the bottom. It's the root that you eat, and it's hot. It's what you would have grated with beef usually in the UK, but it has loads of other uses in cookery as well. It's quite hot, and therefore you can use it in place of chili in certain dishes to give heat, but not the chili spiciness that you get. So I'm going to pot this up. I've got compost here, pot, which is big enough. Creating a little bit of a well in the centre there. Pop that in. Where's the angle? Yeah, I think that's the angle. Firm it in. A bit more compost to take it up to the crown, which is where the sort of root hits the ground. And again, that's going to need some watering. It is a rather lovely Monday afternoon down here. It really is. Gloriously blue skies, wonderful white fluffy clouds, fabulous sunshine. I'm in short sleeves. I'm in 2 t-shirts basically because it's so warm out there. And that's our spring in the UK. You know, we can have torrential downpours in the morning and then in the afternoon glorious sunshine. Not that we had torrential downpours this morning, but we did have quite a lot of rain yesterday and are due more rain later this week as well. But I'm really glad to have got those Jostaberry cuttings done. A little later than I really wanted to do them. I could have done them, I could have done them from September, in fact. But I would rather have done them a good few weeks ago before they had so much green growth on them, before the buds were breaking into leaf. But you know what? I haven't. I've done what I've done today because I've had the time to do it today. And you know, it's important that you get things done when you can get them done. You know, we know about the optimal times of doing something, and that's when it's best for the plant. But actually it's also got to fit in with when it's best for you as well. And if it happens to be best for you and best for the plant at the same time, that is the optimal time. I would rather have got those done a few weeks ago. I haven't, and I'm happy to have got them done today. 24 cuttings. Let's hope a good many of them strike. I would be surprised if less than 50% strike. And I would hope that many more than that would. And any that we don't want to take to our next home, they can be potted up and go to the Hamwell Carnival for allotment funds, you know, so that's good. And my neighbour giving me that horseradish was absolutely lovely as well. So she's taken out quite a lot of horseradish and is doing broad beans in that bed. And there was some on the ground and she said, do you want some? And it was like, oh yes please, yes please. So that's great. But that's it for today. I will see you down here in a few days time, I think. I don't know, it might be tomorrow, might be a few days time, might be the weekend, who knows. But I'll see you again for further segments of A Week at the Plot later in the week on Planet Vegetaria, or if you're watching this on YouTube, then there are more segments to come. See you very soon. I think I'm just going to potter now in the sunshine and get on and do things, carrying on maybe from the tidying of yesterday. Bye. Good day. On my shop to Lidl this morning, I spotted that they had these fruit bushes in. We've got red gooseberry on the right too, and blueberry on the left. I think on the right, what's that, Honanmaki rod? I'm not sure whether that just means red gooseberry or not, but I'll look that up as a variety. And on the left, I know it says Patriot, and I know that's a self-fertile variety. So if you just wanted one of these, then that would be fine. though otherwise if you buy blueberries that aren't self-fertile, you certainly need more than one bush, because they will need to cross-fertilize with another bush to come to fruition. And I just thought these were really good value at $2.99. I think the one on the right is similar to, either the same or similar to, the red gooseberry that I already have, and I'm going to be taking cuttings from that one, I think, if not taking the whole plant when we move. But the one on the left, or the blueberries rather, on the left, I bought those not because I want to keep them for myself, because we're going to be taking blueberry cuttings as well from the blueberries we already have. But when I was talking to a plot neighbour the other day, she was saying that she would like some blueberries. I saw that Thompson and Morgan had some on offer. And then when I was in Lidl this morning, I sent her a WhatsApp message and said, oh, I'm in Lidl and they've got blueberries and this is what they are and they're self-fertile. Would you like me to get you some? And she said, oh yes, please get me 2. So that's why I have 2 here. They're not for me, they're for her. Let me just take them out of the boxes. I think they'll just lift. So I'm not sure if you can see, but this is really nice and healthy. It really is. There's shoots here. It's looking good. And in the gooseberry, shoots here, again looking really good. When you're buying them, make sure you look down into the box. You can't see there, but make sure you look into the box. Can you see that? And then you can see whether there's growth in there. These are clearly fresh into Lidl because they're quite moist and looking good. So do make sure you have a look at things before you buy them. But if you have a Lidl near you, then do have a look if you're looking at fruit bushes, because I think these are really good value. They also had black currants and red currants and white currants. So yeah, there we are. 2 going to a plot neighbour and 2 red gooseberries for us. Right, I'll leave it there for today. See you again very soon. Bye. Good day on rather a wet Friday afternoon. In fact, it's been wet virtually all day, and I've been at my desk and doing work, but I needed to come down to get the wheelbarrow because we had some terracotta tiles at home that I'd put onto a local Facebook group and we were giving away, and I took the wheelbarrow back home earlier this afternoon because the guy was going to come and collect them. He's going to do a sort of patio area, terrace area outside his back door, and they're fine for that because they're fine for outside and inside. So I took the wheelbarrow back home and he turned up. We loaded them into his car, rather a lot. How many? 6. I think there was about 50 tiles in total, something like that. And they're 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Really, really good Portuguese terracotta tiles. We've had them years, but I won't go into that. It doesn't really matter. But he came and collected them, so of course I had to bring the wheelbarrow back because I like keeping it here rather than at home. So I brought it back down, and whilst I was down, I've decided I'm going to pot up these gooseberries that we have into these pots. Literally just do what I did the other day with the what was it, the horseradish. So I'm going to put compost in here, make sure that this fits nicely into here, and then just put compost up to the top where it has a level. If you look at anything that you buy, it will have a level. You should be able to see a level where it sat comfortably with the surface before, and I'm going to basically keep that level as it was. They'll just be in here as a temporary thing, because once we move later this year, they will be coming with me, and then they'll go into the ground when they're in their dormancy. So hopefully these will be going into a new growing space at a new home for Richard and myself in about November, December time. So yeah, I'm just going to put them on now. I won't show you. I'll mostly show you them at the weekend when I've done them, but you know what I'm doing. And if you don't, please do put a comment down below, and I can point you to where I have done this previously. Also, we have got I've got some plug plants here. Let me just open them up. These are spring cabbage. I don't normally buy plug plants because I've normally sown seeds by now, but because I knew we weren't going to be doing that many or needing many brassicas, because we'd make do with what the brassicas that we've got in the ground, because most of the brassicas that I would have sown by this time would be giving us food in the autumn and winter. So to save myself time in this sort of anxious moving process, I haven't sown brassicas this year. But we have done a group buy at the allotment. One other plot holder, it was lovely that I didn't have to do it. Another plot holder has bought spring cabbage, and I think also some broccoli, I think. But I have bought the spring cabbage. You can see they're really nice plug plants. I've got 10 of these, and they have cost me about £5. So I think that's pretty decent. A brassica at the market, at our local market, that would be grown in a similar way to how I will be growing it here, i.e. it might not be organic but has been grown in an organic fashion, would cost me about £1.50 now. So I'm quite happy to get these. And of course spring cabbage can often be a little bit more expensive when you buy them to eat directly. So I'm hoping that in June and July we will be munching on these. What's it? It's the end of March, isn't it? Tomorrow is a new month, so it's the end of March. So if these go in over the weekend, fingers crossed, 2 months in the ground, yeah, I think sort of June, July, which is why I got 10, because I was thinking sort of one a week would suit us quite well. And of course, if we don't eat any, if we don't eat all of them, hopefully they will all grow. If we don't eat all of them, then whoever, they'll be gifted here as vegetables to eat to other people. So yeah, I think really nice plug plants. And again, it's part of the community that we've got here. I was so pleased when somebody else said, we're going to be buying organic plug plants, we're going to be buying these varieties, would anyone like them? And actually they've been taken up on all of their orders. So everything has been put in the shed, people have collected them, and then the money's been given to the person who did the organising, which is really great. And in terms of our bulk buying of compost, we're, I think, at the stage where everyone has now ordered and paid. I'll be doing another quick run around to make sure that everything that I have down on paper or on my computer is actually correct, i.e. I've got the right orders for the right type of order, i.e. is it compost, is it soil conditioner, or is it mulch? And then we'll be putting in an order hopefully next week. But I will do another quick email around to everyone saying last chance to order, and please make sure that you transfer the money across by Sunday, this Sunday coming, because I'm hoping to order on Monday. I expect for a delivery in 2 weeks time, but who knows, maybe we'll be able to get it at the end of next week, which would be super, but I'm sort of expecting it in 2 weeks time. So yeah, I'm going to pot up the gooseberries. I'm not going to pot up the brassicas. I'll most probably do that over the weekend, and they'll just be going into individual smaller pots. Or will I put them into our modules? I think they'll be quite happy in the modules. So I'll transplant these into these modules over the weekend, and then we can have a look at that as well. But look, I can see the sky is getting really grey again. It stopped raining for a short time. The sky's getting really grey, so I'm going to go home before it starts bucketing it down again. So yeah, I'm going to rush. I'm going to go. I'll see you very soon. Bye. Good day. It's Sunday afternoon, and I'm actually looking at the broad beans here. They took a battering in the cold. You can see there's quite a few gaps there, but they're coming back now. Oh, I'm almost falling over. I think some of this is actually new growth as well. We were looking at that a few weeks ago. You can see there's some flowers coming on there. Dandelion, I'll be taking it out. This bed needs a little bit of weeding with the garlic. But what I thought I would do is uncover these, which are ones which have stood the winter under fleece. Now I think what I'm going to do is take the fleece off, but I think I'm going to put netting on. But let me just take the fleece off. Well, I think we can see there's quite a difference between the broad beans that fended for themselves over the winter without being covered in fleece, even though they had a bit of protection from the wind because the fleece was at the side of them, and the broad beans on the left, which are looking incredibly healthy, having been covered for all of their growing period so far. What I'm thinking is, should I put a netting tunnel over them, or should I just put some string around them to sort of bind them together? Oh, I'm not sure which to do. Here are turnips, and they've also benefited from being under the fleece as well over the winter months. Yeah, I think with the broad beans, I'm sort of tending to think I won't net them, and I'll just string them up a bit to give them some support. I think that's what I'll do. I was coming up here to get twine. I opened the poly a short while ago, and look, there's something a bit different growing at the back of the polytunnel. A little catty. Well, not quite so little. You're a lovely, aren't you? You're a lovely. This one was on top of our decrepit shed when I came down. I saw him stretching on top there in the sun. Obviously saw me open the poly and then decided to come in and get nice and warm. So the string I want is there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's there. So I'll be able to get it without disturbing him, I think. And I've also just noticed that the bluebells in here are beginning to come out. And the bed, even though I watered it yesterday, I think it could do with another water, so I'll get on and do that, but not whilst that cat sausage is around. I'll wait until he goes. Right, twine time. So I wound the string around 6 bamboo canes, about 8 inches from the ground, and then did a cross bracing from here to the corner one over here and this corner one here to here. And that's more to keep the broad beans that are growing a bit taller in line, and hopefully we won't get too strong a wind over the coming week and these can strengthen up nicely. If we do get strong winds, then yeah, let's hope that they fare well. But as you can see, at the moment they're looking significantly larger, but maybe not stronger than the ones on the right, which have been uncovered all year. On the left here are the spring cabbage plug plants that I potted up into modules the other day, and it's clear they need another bit of water, so they're going to have a watering. There are some organic slug pellets on the surface there, and that's again because this is a closed environment. I wouldn't be using those in the ground. And talking of in the ground, on the right I've just acquired another 10 plug plants, same variety. So what I'm going to do this coming week, i.e. not today, but in next week's a week at the plot, is I'm going to be planting those direct into a prepared bed. So we'll do that next week, and then we'll be able to compare the growth of the two. I would expect the ones that go direct in the ground to grow on pretty quickly to give us a first harvest, and the ones in the modules will give us a second harvest, but we'll see how they go. Now I'm going to give these a good water. This is an area of this bed that we're leaving mainly for wildflowers. We've got the buddleia and dark red hawthorn cuttings over there, the hawthorn tree cuttings, which we'll look at another week. But what I'm noticing here is the tree lily is coming up, and actually there's 3 in here. There's one over there, one there, and one here in the corner. No activity in the corner one, but you can see that this one has clearly got 3 coming up. If I move over here, move that, there's some growth there as well from another tree lily, which didn't come up last year. That's been in the ground 3 years. These came from Sharon, and I can't see any growth coming through there. But yeah, happy to see that. I sort of want to be taking those with me as well. This dead nettle is gorgeous. Oh look, ladybird on the I can't think what it's called. Oh, there's another one, verbascum. That's lovely. That chicory is looking amazing. But what I did notice over here is asparagus. 2 asparagus in there. And in here, there's some coming up as well. None in the others. So once I've finished this segment, I'm just going to give these pots a bit of a weed. That's it for this week's A Week at the Plot. I already have plans, as I've just said, for things I'm going to be doing next week. So that's good. But I've got one more job to do now, and that is releasing the brassicas from the netting. Quite an annual tradition here, because we net our brassicas due to pigeons. If we didn't, we'd have so much pigeon damage that the brassicas would never A, give us food throughout the winter because they'd be eaten by the pigeons, and B, deliver fantastic flowers, which will be, once they start flowering, a fantastic source of food for bees and other pollinators. And it really is such a glorious afternoon here. It really is. The sky is wonderfully blue and the clouds are fluffy and the sun is out. It's just magical, actually. It really is. So yeah, I've got plans for next week. I've got other things I don't know next week I'll be doing as yet, but I will be doing them. Once I know I'm going to be doing them, I'll get on and do them. And I'm just going to leave you with the annual ceremony of the unveiling of the brassicas. See you very soon. Bye.